Welcome to the RSP Film Room. I'm Matt Waldman with the Rookie Scouting Portfolio. We're going to take a look at Clyde Edwards-Helaire and his fantastic debut on Thursday night. You know, a lot of people are really excited about him, and there's some things about him that you can see that are reason to be really excited about him, and then things that, you know, you can keep your feet on the ground a little bit about him. We're going to let the film tell the story, because when you evaluate players, one of the things you want to do is not how good their stats were, not how great the line was, but try and separate the player from the team, and do it by asking the question, did the player create solutions in a manner that set him up to make positive plays or set his teammates up to make positive plays? And what you're going to see here is the way that he sets up Zach Cunningham, number 41. It's pretty even from that all 22 view. Really nice job of setting up inside, heading towards the inside, and then he kind of gives a little dip to the outside right here, which 55 and 41 both react to a little bit, and then he bends it back to the inside and squirts through. Now that looks good from here, but it looks even better from the end zone view. The end zone view really shows you how much of an Emmitt Smith starter kit this guy is in terms of vision and movement. Maybe not power. He's not a powerful guy. But watch him here. He's going to work towards the inside, make that approach. You're going to have that block that cuts off number 94 here. You work towards there, and then you're going to see him make a quick bend as he gets tight to that cutoff block and make a little step to the outside towards 55. Causes 55 to break down and drop to his knees. Causes 41 to slide over to that crease. Loses gap responsibility. Edwards-Helaire weaves around it, breaks a wrap, gets the first down. Let's look at it one more time, because this is beautiful. All right, here we go. Number 70 slides over right here, takes on 94. Edwards-Helaire heads in that direction, dips a little bit to the outside. There's that jab step, drops 55. 41 slides over, works around, and then all the way through. Beautiful. And he just stays tight to his blocks. You want a runner to stay tight to your blockers like that. When you can make moves off of the backs of your blocks like that, you're hard to find. You can break people down, make them miss. You're going to see more shiftiness on display here from Edwards-Helaire. And what you like is the push. I mean, look at the push. Double team downhill here. I mean, they're well past the line of scrimmage, most of the line here. And he's able to press with a little bit of a jump stop to the inside, forces the linebackers to react, turns to the outside, makes a second little jump here to the edge, and then around. And you want to attack the line. When you're a zone runner, you want to attack the line, get downhill, nice little toe point, very quick acceleration here. Now inside runs where you got to show some power, it's not really there, but the line is giving him the creases. You're going to see Kelsey work across to the inside and cut off that backside. You get a double team on the inside man over here up the hash, and you see these blocks cutting off and kind of walling off the edge. It's a nice big red carpet for him to run through. Gets to the end, wrapped up by Zach Cunningham, doesn't go anywhere from pretty much a yard after he's wrapped. So give him the crease, he's going to find it. Give him a crease to manipulate, most of the time he'll do that well. You can see the nice little setup there with Edwards-Helaire. You know, watch him cut the stride, about 3 little steps, accelerate through. Gets what's asked for. The blocking here is tremendous. You know, so what you're seeing here, again, look at 77, 71, just work these guys to the outside. Look at the push by the line here. Well downfield. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players well downfield, creating a nice big slip and slide for him to work through. And he's wrapped by the first man. So what you're seeing often is when a man gets contact with him, he's going to get brought down if it's a wrap. If he's just reached for and slapped, he'll run through that. But a wrap up, he's going to get brought down. So he's generating big plays off of good lanes. He's making people miss. He's setting them up well. What we want to see is what happens without the good blocking. Here's a play that's unsuccessful, but you can see that Clyde Edwards-Helaire knows where he wants to go here. Reads the inside penetration here, and he slows down because he wants to bounce around number 48 because of this open crease to the outside. And he makes the plant in order to do that and to head outside, but there's really a tight squeeze between himself, the lead fullback, and that blocker. And that blocker gets moved backwards, and Edwards-Helaire collides with him, and that sends his momentum backwards. Now he's got to restart again. That costs him about a step or two, and he has no shot to get inside to where he wanted to go. But he had the right idea. He just couldn't execute it because of what was going around in front of him. So he put himself, he was thinking about being in the right position to make a good play, but his teammates couldn't help him get there. Here's a play everybody liked when they were watching this game live because it looks like he's breaking tackles. You're going to watch him work to that off tackle zone behind the fullback, works downhill, makes the cut, and then he finishes strong. But let's look at this a little closer. That's a well-blocked play, first of all. He follows the fullback, gives a little dip and turn to the inside, turns that shoulder to the inside to get people maybe to hesitate on possibly cutting back or cramming this inside. And then he sets up the run to the outside. Look how big this crease is as he heads to the outside. As he accelerates through it, one hand slaps, another hand slaps. He's already ahead of these two guys. If you're already behind the heads, the helmets of two defenders, you've won this interaction. Unless you just absolutely have no balance whatsoever, you're breaking through that. That was not excellent power. Just reaches. He's already past them. His back's already behind the helmets. There's no leverage there with the arm reaches that these defenders have. Then he's patty caked right there. Yeah. Good burst, good following of the blocks, good blocks. Would not look at that run and say that was special. This was a good run for Edwards-Helaire. You're also going to see it's well blocked. You're going to have 2-on-2 up at the line of scrimmage. He presses inside towards 62, gets the linebacker flowing over. That's exactly what you need to do. He could press maybe even a step deeper. Doesn't quite do that, but still. Presses it well enough for the linebacker to flow over. And now he's through the crease. Runs through a reach. That's what you'd expect. You're supposed to beat the one-on-one with the linebacker. Safety, really nice cut right there. Break down, get the safety to jump over there, and he's gone. And even then, he's almost caught from behind by a first-level defender. Want you to notice that. This is a 27-yard gain. If this were 47 yards out, I don't think he makes it. He doesn't have that kind of speed. But the end here almost catches up to him, and this isn't, you know, an extremely fast guy either. So you can see Edwards-Helaire doesn't have great top speed, but terrific quickness. Like I said, power's not his game. You're going to see him against McKinney, Bernard McKinney, and he gets wrapped right there high and just gets turned sideways and backwards. This is not a back who's going to win interactions with linebackers very often, even when wrapped high. All right, we have a little bit of an outside zone run, and he gets wrapped up for a shorter gain. But one of the things that you're going to see here, again, is when he gets reached in the hole here, and it's just a reach, it turns him all the way around, and then he's just wrapped up by the linebacker here. He's not going to, even pulling through a pretty good reach is going to alter his momentum. Watch it from this angle. There's the reach. Turns him around so much that his back's now to the linebacker. Again, shifty running back, good vision, good patience, good feet. but he's getting what's blocked for him here, and he's setting them up well. A little dip inside, a little juke to the outside, a little jump step. Patty caked on his back as he's already through the crease. First real contact, he's on the ground. This might be the most impressive display of power he had all night here. And it's really more nice cutback. Gets through the crease. Has about 10 yards to run through number 23. And look at from the 20 to the 10, meets him head on. He has 10 yards of momentum. And really he's helped by the push of number 21. Because he gets tied up here. He's wrapped up right here. And it's 72 hitting 23 to dislodge him. So would you even call that power? I'd call it was power by number 72 helping out his running back. So Clyde Edwards-Helaire's running back coach blamed Edwards-Helaire for his lack of success on the inside the red zone. Basically saying, bottom line, if he followed all the keys that we're coached up to do in our room, he scores. So what were some of these keys? Well, you have a double team to the right side here. And you see all the leverage going through to that right? Edwards-Helaire actually could have cut back on this particular play. Let's watch it one more time here. Here we go. First thing that you're going to see is as the double team comes, you see the helmets all to the outside, all coming to the right. At that point, instead of jump, stopping, and cutting, he had the cutback lane here right inside of the tight end. So if he took a couple of steps past the quarterback and then bent it back to the backside, to the left side, he has an opportunity to do a lot more with this particular play. We're going to look at it from this point of view. Watch all the helmets. They're all going to be working to the inside. Edwards-Helaire needs to just take the exchange, press a little bit, maybe one or two steps, and then cut back to that backside where tight end Travis Kelce is walling off the edge, backside edge contain. So he needs to read basically the helmets that are all working to that left side from the defensive point of view and make that cut back across. He could have cut back across about 2 steps earlier, and he would have had that lane in a one-on-one with number 20, run through him, spin around him, cut inside or outside of him, two-way go. Would have worked out just fine for him if he did that. Here's another situation where Edwards-Helaire just really whiffs on reading his keys on this play. You're going to watch Travis Kelce. He's going to be the lead blocker on this play. Now he's going to look towards the double team first, as he should appropriately, but he should work to the inside and then follow Travis Kelce to the outside after he reads the keys of the defense. Okay, so there you go. You have a little bit of motion across here. And then you're going to see Travis Kelce. Here he goes, working from that left wing side across. There's a double team. Work inside the double team and then bounce it across. And he could have gotten away from number 57 there. He could have been actually just riding the outside hip of Travis Kelce. Kelce blocks number 57, and that's it for the score right there. I mean, he almost has a walk-in. Instead, he works to the inside. So we're going to look at this one more time and give you a chance to see it. Here it comes from this angle. So you're going to see the motion from number 17. I think that's Byron Pringle. I'm trying to remember for sure. It doesn't really matter. What we're going to be looking at is Travis Kelce, who's going to work across here. And what Edwards-Helaire just needs to do is start inside and at this point peel to the outside, work outside hip, and 57 has no shot. He's just working around at Travis Kelce. Could have been an easy score on this particular play. Here's another play where if he follows Travis Kelce, who's going to work from right to left, where these receivers are widening out these two outside defenders, Kelce could work, Edwards-Helaire can work inside and dip now to the left and work around the outside hip of Kelce and have a walk-in score or very close to that. Instead, he works to the middle, tries to bounce outside, and he's met by a phalanx of defenders. So you can see here, he's just not reading his keys. He's freelancing here on some of these red zone runs. He doesn't really understand the scheme of what they're trying to do here because they're trying to give Kelce an opportunity to be a lead blocker for him. Follow your fullback. Instead, he's just looking at the empty areas of the box, these empty spaces at first, and doesn't realize that really he could develop this with a little more nuance. It's not just about the box count to each side. If he presses in right here, reads the leverage, and then bounces it out, right, and he's turning with Kelsey. If he turns with Kelsey and rides that outside hip, Kelsey's going to block 59. He's going to work around it, and he only has 23 or maybe 55 to contend with, but he's going to split them at the very least and score on this particular play. So it's important to understand that, you know, he didn't do this. He works inside towards the leverage of the defenders and really has no shot here. So there you have it. Is Edwards-Helaire good? Yeah, certainly. Shifty, good vision, someone with decent enough contact balance for defenders who are going to be able to reach for him. He's going to break through reaches. He's someone that certainly on the blocking schemes he understands, he can set them up extremely well. He's a good receiver on the passing game, even though we didn't see a lot of that. But he doesn't have great contact balance in terms of like hard hits from defensive linemen and linebackers. He's not an in-the-box tackle breaker when it comes to actually being wrapped or hit and wrapped. Reaches, fine. Some low wraps, absolutely. But in order for him to be that fantasy stud that people are looking at, he might need to show a lot more as a red zone runner and a short yardage player and a tackle breaker. Maybe with the Chiefs it doesn't matter because safeties are playing so deep against this passing game that he's going to face light boxes on a regular basis. But in order for him to go from being a top 10, you know, top 15, top 20 guy to a top 10, top 5 guy, he's got to score touchdowns. In order to score touchdowns, you got to be reliable and understand where your keys are and what you're reading. So he's got a little bit of work to do here. People are over the moon about him, as they normally are about good young players in week 1, but there's some work to do here, as good as he is. Fine player, off to a good start. We'll see about the rest. Thanks again for watching. For more RSP Boiler Room videos, you can check out my YouTube channel, Matt Waldman's RSP Film Room, and my site, www.mattwaldmanrsp.com.